Weatherman says 23 degrees. Now, I said 26 degrees. Kind of worried about reaching that, but I know it isn't going to get to 27. I really do.
Oh, well.
Thursday, December the 3rd, right here at Galaxy. And, well, I tell you what, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
The Bible. I have the whole skinny. Believe me, you're going to love this. You really are. For those of you that are joining me right now live on Facebook, maybe later on you can watch on YouTube, you know what to do there, right? Sub, thumb, bell, bingo. We got it. We understand. Yeah, good. Nice to have you along too, by the way. And I'm joined today by Leonard Hodgins, coming out of British Columbia, and it's great to have our good friend back again. Now, we spoke earlier on in the year, about 3 months ago, if my memory serves right, and he's one of the artists of the album Artists in Isolation Volume 2 that I know that you went out and bought. Well, if you haven't, go and check it out. You go to, Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, you know where to go. Type in Artists in Isolation Volume 2, go and make a purchase. Believe me, 100% of the money goes back to the artist, much like Leonard Hodgins right now. And it is such a pleasure to catch up with Leonard. Here is new Hodgins work right here at Galaxy. It's called Bitter Seeds in Solid Ground. $20 here, Len, but inside here with all the computers and everything, add another 10 degrees, so it's melty time.
I can imagine, yeah.
It really is.
It's about to get pretty warm down there, eh?
It is. It's starting to anyway, because we officially went into summer on December 1. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's apparently the sudden kickoff point.
Mm.
Yeah, we struggle and struggle, and then on December 1, bam, we're there. And it feels like that too. Suddenly, I mean, it was absolutely a blinder of a day on the 1st of December. Day before it, bucketed down. You know, it was like it was a whole contrast overnight. You know what I mean? It was like, how does Mother Nature work that one out?
I don't know. I can't answer that one.
But you're going into winter right now, aren't you?
Yeah, we got about 3 weeks until winter. So, yeah.
I know where I'd like to be for Christmas.
Sorry, pardon me?
I know where I'd like to be for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, believe me. Well, let's put it this way. It's not often I get to exercise my mankini.
Hi, Steve Baker. Nice to have you with us.
All of your,
we must catch up
viewers
soon.
and listeners would like to see.
Yeah, just needed that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Look, you know something, bro? True story. We debated for weeks on where we would put the logo.
We're doing well.
Okay. Oh, yes, there you go. No more debate on that, eh?
Well, apparently the printer found a space.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing about that was here in New Zealand we have a game. Of course, we play rugby union for our national sport, right? But we've revised that to a thing called sevens.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know whether you're familiar with the game or not, but believe me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, we, as fans, used to go to the Cape Tin in Wellington. We'd travel from all over New Zealand just to go and participate because there was such a carnival feel about it. You could, dress up and have a hell of a good time. Just get raucous, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And, well, my staff ordered a box of these things for all the men to go down to the sevens.
Can't wait to hear them, Steve.
We weren't allowed entry. We were refused entry.
So if you would have worn it under your clothes and then took off your clothes once you got in there, you would have been fine.
Exactly. Exactly.
No,
And
no,
or
no,
if
no.
I'd worn it over top of my clothes, again would have
there
been
you go.
fine. You know what I mean? But
I
just
guess you could always
just
slip
that
off
and a
later.
bow tie and some cuffs. Inappropriate, apparently.
Oh, come on.
That's what I said.
You could have just put your boxes over the top.
Yeah, I would have been
You know.
safer in boxes.
Yeah,
I
you
would have.
mankini on underneath and
So,
boxes over the top.
Every summer, we try and give these things away to poor unsuspecting males that may come into the country and the bands and stuff like that when we do shows. This year, the only person wearing one I can foresee, well, they can't ban me from the beach.
Steve Baker's sending you some Christmas videos.
Is he?
Yes.
Steve Baker, awesome, awesome. Is he watching right now?
Yeah.
Steve, pleasure to have you with us, my friend. From me to you and your family, happy New Year forthcoming and a very Merry Christmas. May it be successful for you. I'm really looking forward to that Christmas stuff. Awesome. Steve Baker, he's a friend of ours coming out of Music City in Nashville. What he does is he promotes videos, artist videos. Wherever you need it to be seen, he puts it there. Like if you're at McDonald's or at Burger King or something and you're sitting down with the family and you've got the big screens there, bam, your music's there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Stuff like that. Hard Rock Cafe. I don't know whether the Hard Rocks are doing so well right now, but he puts it in there. Floating Palaces, all of that sort of stuff. Very, very influential man to know. And if you have a
Hi,
video
Laura
or something
from
you
the
would like
Quirks.
that to happen, I'll make sure that Barbara
Merry
introduces you, bro.
Christmas, Steve.
Cool.
Hi, Laura.
Fantastic.
You've got
Right on,
Laura
thank you.
on
Laura,
from the Quirks.
nice. Laura Coach from the Quirks. Awesome. You would know Laura, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Artist in Isolation Volume 1.
Yes, absolutely. Do you know something? Just between you and me,
Yeah.
I called her Sarah.
Oh, yes.
I did. Haven't lived it down since, to be honest, because our receptionist, who happens to look like Laura, her name is Sarah,
yeah.
and I mistakenly said Sarah to Laura, and well, then the next time we caught up, I deliberately did it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Exactly.
Let's go live, bro.
Sure.
You know, I love that. That is absolutely superb work. It really, really is. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined live, coming out of British Columbia today by Leonard Hodgins. And, well, he is a member of the family. We have caught up with Len in the past. Oh, sorry. Is it okay to call you Len?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I'm sorry for being presumptuous there. But
No, it's okay.
some people, they say, no, my name is Leonard, and call me Leonard. Okay, fair enough. But Len, thank you very, very much for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure to have you back. I'm really elated to have you, bro.
I'm really excited to be back. So thank you both for having me on. It's great.
Believe me, well, we were going to do this anyway because we want to go down the road of Aotearoa, just a little way away, and you've written a song about that, the good old Tasman. And we want to talk about your trips and what you did here in New Zealand. But first of all, again, I want to welcome you all along. It's a surreal time. I know it was a surreal time the last time we caught up. So fill me in the meantime. What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Well, yeah, it's, as you said, it's been a crazy time, and it's I think I'm speaking on behalf of the world when I say that this is. It looks like there's a bit of an end in sight with the vaccines and all that. But in the meantime, I've been working on my new music. So I've got an EP coming out January 4th. It's called A Date with Disaster, I've written the songs over the course of a few years. In fact, my title track, A Date with Disaster, I wrote 17 years ago. And I put that on my first EP. And I thought that the words are so, they still ring true today, that it'd be cool if I was to re-record it. So I did that down at Rosewood Studio, and that's been awesome. And since I've been talking to you, I got that all finished up, and I'm just trying to plug, and make a couple bucks here and there, and hope for the best. So
Exactly. Now, you mentioned Rosewood Studios, and don't know who they are. I know, wouldn't. They sound familiar. Where have I seen that before, mate? Nothing like a bit of product placement, maybe. We were actually talking to Sonny Rosa earlier on this morning, and good friend of ours, got to be honest, a little worried about his health from time to time, but he's a great, great man. Loves what he does. That's the important thing about an engineer, is that he absolutely loves what he does. Some engineers don't really care, they just get the work done and dusted, you know what I mean? Whereas Sonny puts that extra bit into it, and anybody out there in Canada, I can recommend Rosewood Studios. Go along, check out Sonny Rosa. Have a chat to Marcy as well, believe me. She is an absolute wonder in her own right. She really is. So have a chat to Rosewood Studios. If you're going to get yourself a mixer, an engineer, mastered, you name it, they do it. They really, really do. And I can recommend Artists in Isolation Volumes 1 and 2. Laura Koch is joining us right now. She's off Volume 1. And I've got to thank Laura and wish not only her but Ryan as well from the Quicks a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you. Take care. Let's catch up in the new year. We would love to be able to catch up. I know you've got some new work coming up. Want to talk about that. But in the meantime, we're talking about the new EP that Leonard Hodgins brought out, and Bitter Seeds in Solid Ground. Tell me a little bit about this.
that's one of those songs. I write very personal songs that really, they're very intimate to me. This one is about mental health, and with COVID, it kind of brings up a lot of emotion, and I didn't know how to expel some of this emotion, so I just started to write down some words, and this song kind of came out of that. It's how I'm feeling about myself in the dark times, and what I'm going to do to help myself get out of those moments. Because I think right now, I mean, not so much down there, because you said 26 degrees. Here it's about 3 or 4 degrees, and we're heading into the dark, cold. This is just my way to help me out of that.
I get that, Len. I really, really do. I understand that 110%. Now, at the same time, and we were talking about coronavirus, as you say, you're coming into wintertime now. Do you think that makes Canadians more susceptible now with this virus being, you can come down with a cold and before you know it, whammo?
Yeah. Well, right now, everyone wants to be indoors. And yeah, it's 4 or 5 degrees out right now. It isn't that cold, but when we dip down to minus 15, no one's going to want to go outside and play, right? So now you've got all these people inside, and, people get sick from things other than coronavirus. So things are going to be passed around. Everyone's hyper vigilant about hand washing and mask wearing, but right now, everyone's so enclosed. I don't know what this is going to look like until there's a vaccine, but it's going to be interesting to see how this next few months pan out. That's for sure.
Well, there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Apparently, there's a number of vaccines being trialled right now. Some I would entertain looking at. I'm going to be honest with you. 1 or 2, maybe not so much. Anything with Sputnik 5 written on it, no, I'm going to pass over that straight away. Might end up in space. Or green. Or something. You never know, third eye. You never know what might come out of that one. But I see Boris Johnson is going to go on live television taking the COVID virus vaccine. So, just to prove that it's safe. But you see, it's okay taking it on live TV. It's the days afterwards that I would rather be watching, to be honest. You know, you might end up like the Hulk, you know. You never know what might end up. Because I think it's a little rushed right now. And I think there's still trialling that needs to be done. But having said that, why not trial it out there right now? Why not give the EU a chance to have a go at it? You know what I mean? Give the worst places that has it at least a chance. That way, well, we can sit back and watch, can't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Now, if you want to pull out your tinfoil hat and think about the whole Boris Johnson thing, is he going to actually take the vaccine, or is he going to be injected with some sort of placebo?
Yeah, maybe a little saline water or something like that, you reckon?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I get it, I do. But having said that, I mean, can you imagine Italy or Sweden, you know, the land of the walking dead? It's scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we going to end up a bunch of zombies? You never know. Well, yeah, I mean, they make movies about it, don't they? You know, much like the aliens and stuff like that, they make movies about it, don't they? Somebody said to me the other day, do you watch all this propaganda and stuff that you see on TV on UFOs? I went, oh, I've seen, you know, one or two, you can't help but see it. It's on the news sometimes, it's on this, it's on that. And he goes, yeah. Do you know what that is? And I went, what is that? And he goes, that's conditioning. They're getting you ready. Now, I says, are you a conspiracist? Are you one of these theory kind of guys? He goes, no, don't believe in it at all, until now. And I went, why now? And he goes, because Trump now has a space army.
Oh, God.
I went, true, he does. You know, now, why would they have a space army if they weren't concerned about something that they can't control?
Well,
Good thought, really, isn't it? I mean,
it's a theory.
yeah, I just can't see Kiwis being signed up for that deal. I can't. I really can't.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
You wouldn't want to drop your ray gun or something, would you?
I'm sure.
Sorry, it just flew off. Can I have another one? Never mind. But having talked about Dropped, tell me about Dropped.
So Dropped, this was actually off my first EP, and I thought I would send it because it's kind of a fun song. I was too scared to sing. This is going back almost 20 years. So I had my friend, Kevin McInnes. He sang the words for me. This song, I went to Greece in about 2001. And I was there. I was trying to figure out if a relationship was actually going to work out. And I got there and I realized that this relationship isn't the place for me, but it took me to Greece to really figure that out, so that I didn't waste any more time. And I got back from Greece and I wrote the song. Just dropped off, but I'm going nowhere. But that's okay because I'm all right.
Lynn,
That's kind of what that song's about.
Lynn, they made a movie about that. It's called My Big Greek Wedding.
Yeah.
They did. Oh, believe me.
They certainly did.
Right here at Galaxy 107 FM live with Leonard Hodgins. Here's Dropped. So have you got plans for Christmas, New Year's?
Oh, well, just the same as everybody else. Not really, not anything crazy. We're doing everything just the four of us, my wife and my two kids. We're just gonna lay low and probably do a lot of Skype or Zoom calls with our family members. But other than that, nothing too crazy. We actually had booked. I can't say my kids are probably watching, but we booked a trip down to Anaheim, California, and we were supposed to go on the 28th.
You were heading down to see the Seven Dwarfs, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is no longer happening. So I've got 17 days off work. So we're just going to hang out. I'll probably record some more music, spend some time playing with the kids, hope for a little bit of snow, and just just
They
super
hope
cool.
for snow.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got 20 days off work this year, which is phenomenal for me. It usually doesn't happen, you know what I mean? Which it won't happen anyway. I know I'll be at work, I do. Because I'll get that bloody bored and I
But
want
there's
to come
no
back to work.
interviews.
You know, usually the day after I finish work, I want to come back. You know what I mean? But we've got 20 days off. And I've been sitting there thinking, what am I going to do with myself? The wife said, water balloons. And I went, water balloons? She goes, yeah. You see, I've got a couple of dogs that love playing out in the summertime with a bit of water and stuff like that, you know. So I'm going to invest in a few packets of water balloons and see if I can soak the hell out of my dogs.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'll just take
I don't
these down
have
to the river.
children that live with me anymore. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a couple of dogs that basically are my kids anyway. And well, they like to have a lot of fun. So going to make the most of the summer, I've got to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then hopefully next year you've got a little bit more to look forward to, right?
Well, that's what we look forward to, you know what I mean? But to be quite honest, bro, I don't see this being over and done with. I think
No.
we'll still be in the same position this time next year, just quietly.
You know what? I think you're not wrong in that assessment. Yeah.
Let's go to the desk.
Galaxy.
Now check this out, and I love this, I really do. Under his own personal steam, he has released 2 EPs under his own name, Songs for Yesterday and Components. Taking a new approach to songwriting, his upcoming EP is written and recorded in the honest comfort of home, surrounded by his life inspiration. Is that the life inspiration?
Yeah. So my wife and my kids have really inspired me, especially during COVID. You know, had COVID never come, I don't think I'd be talking to you right now. Actually, I know I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't have recorded an EP, and I certainly wouldn't have done it all at home. I wouldn't have met Sonny and Marcy, and yeah, it's all of these factors have really helped me in this process. I've been inspired through COVID. Watching my kids grow and evolve has been magical. I was working 2 jobs, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week, and not really being home. I was laid off from one of those jobs, and that I took that pretty hard. But as soon as I met Sonny and Marcy, that all changed. I was then working on my music almost as often as I would have been working at my second job, and I just pushed myself. I could have just fallen apart with COVID, and you know, watched TV the whole time or played video games or whatnot. But I turned that into something, and I made a full EP. I've got it on CD. It's being pressed to vinyl as we speak, and that's always been a dream of mine. I didn't know when that dream would come to fruition, but it's here. They should probably be here in the next couple of weeks, and it's been cool. It's been very inspiring, and I've loved it all. It's been great.
You know, Len, believe me, we here at Galaxy know talent when we see it, when we hear it, when it's presented to us. You know what I mean? That's what we got when we first met Sonny Roaster, and he says to me, have a listen to these guys on album 2. And we heard it straight away. We said, hey, listen, we want to do interviews with each and every one because they're all talented. Having said that, when we met each other, we did a very, very brief interview and said, we're going to have you back. Now, there was a reason for that, is because we knew that you were going to be bringing out new stuff in the near future, which we are now here, having the privilege to be able to showcase at Galaxy, and it's an absolute pleasure. Having said that, you've also worked very, very closely with Sunny Rosa, and Marcy is, love Marcy. We love Marcy, we really, really do. And Sunny is a master at mixing, mastering, the whole deal. As I said earlier on, he puts that little extra something in it because he believes in the product. He believes in himself. He believes in his tools.
Yeah, totally.
And he is a success in his own right. He really, really is. And I think you've found, you've fallen on your feet, to be very honest with you, meeting up with Sonny. And it is rather strange how things can change all of a sudden. You know, the world comes into a pandemic. Everything goes tailspin, but out of that comes this. And yeah, it shows you how much life can be of a roller coaster.
Nice segue.
Tell me about roller coaster.
Well done. Roller Coasters is a song that I wrote before the pandemic. I do a lot of traveling for work. So Western Canada, we have a facility here in Chilliwack, but then we have a few others, one in Alberta and one in Ontario and one in New Brunswick. So anyway, in 2019, I think I traveled 7 weeks away from home, and that's tough to be away from my wife and kids. So that's kind of what it's about. It's about the turbulent time of not being home and just the longing to be home and just really missing my family.
I get that. I really, really do. And believe me, it was requested this morning by Sunny Rosa, the man himself, when we were talking to him. Absolutely loved the track myself. First time I ever heard it, I've got to be straight up with you, was then, and am very, very happy to play it for the first time to our audio audiences listening around the world. It's breaking music. Here's Roller Coaster, Leonard Hodgins on Galaxy. Yeah, that wasn't a bad segue, eh?
No, that was very well done. Very well done.
Nice. We've got Wood up next.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I want to ask you again, because I know I've already been asked in my headphones to refresh everybody's memory of how we can get hold of you, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we'll go down that road. I also want to talk to you about whether you'd consider coming to New Zealand. I'm not sure whether I asked you the last time whether you would.
You did, and I would be there in a heartbeat. As soon as everything opens up again, I would love to come down.
Nice. Did I talk to you about the Hoo Hoo Grub?
Did you? I don't think that you did.
We'll go down that road. Maybe even if you're really, really misfortunate, I might even go the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, everyone.
And I said that very quickly because my boss is out the door at the moment. She's because believe me, she'd be the first person going, no.
Well, I'm saying
50
no.
Shades of Grey, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I have the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of. Oh, look. She sprang. The boss just walked back in the door again. Yes, I have 50 questions.
50 questions.
Yep,
Okay.
I do, but I only use 5. But which 5, I don't know until I think of them and ask you, okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm in.
What
Let's do it.
Yeah, there's some
I don't know.
really strange ones, like if you're travelling at the speed of light and you turned the lights on, would they be effective?
Would the lights be effective?
It's
I
one to
would
think
say-
about, isn't it? Yeah, I would say no, because if you're travelling at the speed of light, they'd be beside you, really, the light. No good for looking forward.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool one, that one. I got a lot of them, worry.
No, please don't.
Please don't.
No, please don't.
Leave them sane, you reckon?
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Ah, dear.
Remember that I'm always with you in sand coasters. I'm getting closer to you. All that I'm going nowhere. My mind is elsewhere. Want to be home with you. Till you in sand
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy107 FM, 14 away from 12 o'clock. It is 21 degrees. Climbing, not bad. You know, we're getting there. Heading for a high, by the way. Excuse me. The weatherman says 23 degrees. I'm saying 26 degrees. Plenty of day to go. Barbara this morning in the breakfast show predicted 27 degrees. Not going to happen, really. It isn't going to happen today. But 26 is achievable. Keep an eye on the space. Believe me, I think we'll get there. It's Thursday, December the 3rd. You know, Christmas is just round the corner now. It really is. And, you know, people around the world all gearing up for Christmas in their own special way this year. It's, you know, something a little different. But maybe, just maybe, it might bring families back together again. You know what I mean? It might do. Instead of having the young ones going out and buggering off at Christmas time and, you know, leaving us more senior generation to watch the kettle while we wait for them to come home. Maybe this year they'll be with us. You never know. Might be a good thing. Think of it that way. Silver linings, right? Anyway, talking of silver linings, I'm joined today coming out of, well, British Columbia, and I got to let you know, Leonard, from time to time we get a few emails and a few phone calls from the Canadian Mounties.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they let us know about places like the Coquihalla motorway and how the conditions are. Now, this is really weird because a number of years ago we were actually involved in something where we had a sergeant from the OPP, the Ontario Provincial Police, get in touch with us, and she says, you know, there's been a major accident, on. Can we, by any chance, send you information on roading and how the conditions are, if there's any accidents, anything like that, what to avoid, what to look for, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I went, by all means, yeah, please do that. But why are you asking me of this? And she says, well, the thing was, there's been a major accident with a big rig, a semi or something like that, a tractor trailer, and well, while they were retrieving the person out of the vehicle, we were playing on the radio.
Really?
Which was rather amusing, you know, and we thought that was fantastic. So she says, you know, obviously, other truckies listen to you, other people listen to you. Would you do that for us? And for a couple of years we were doing that, no worries. Today even we are still doing it, but then the Mounties got involved as well. They said, hey, hold on. You can't do that for them without doing it for us. So we get information on places like Hope and the Coquihalla and all that sort of stuff. And it's all about keeping Canadians safe at this time of the year on the roads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I actually worked road construction on the Coquihalla Highway for a period. This is probably about 12 years ago. And I was pouring concrete at around 2 o'clock in the morning, mid-July. So, and it was just puking snow. Insane. So if it's that crazy in the middle of summer, it's that much worse in the middle of winter. So it's always crazy. There's even a TV show about how insane that highway is. So.
Yeah, believe me, somebody the other day actually told me about it as well. I had no idea, to be very honest with you. We just thought we were doing a community service for our brother and sisters over there in Canada, you know what I mean? And then somebody says to me, hey, listen, go and check this out, because this will clue you in exactly what this place is like. It is absolutely kick-A bad, you know what I mean? And I went... For sure, yeah, I have no idea. So I went and had a look at a couple of these, and believe me, I got that fascinated with it. Literally, I've now started at the start and want to find out all the way through about these towies in this particular TV series, because I think it's fascinating. I really, really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
But take nothing away. It's all about the community, you know what I mean? Our brothers and sisters over there driving, getting to the destination safely, and we are so happy to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
It is. Now, at the same time, now being told here, we have a fan question for you, Leonard. And I know that we've asked you this in the past, but let's refresh our listeners' memories. How do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Leonard,
yeah.
Do you respond?
I respond, yes. I'm on Facebook, so if you search for the Leonard Hodgins Endeavor on Facebook and on Instagram, or if you go to leonardhodgins.ca, not com.ca, and that's where you can find all of my music. So it links to Bandcamp. So I've got all of my stuff on there, all of my CDs, my new vinyl will be for sale on there. In fact, pre-sale started on that yesterday. So if you like what you hear today, then head on over and scoop up a couple of copies.
Give it the plug, bro. Let's give it the plug. It's on Bandcamp. Get on there. Go and get yourself a copy. Come on, you can't go wrong, really. Give it the plug, my bro. Believe me, we think it's an absolute piece of art right here, right now. We really, really do. And having said that, at the same time, do you have merch on there as well? Can we buy merch?
Yeah. Well, in terms of merch, I don't have T-shirts or anything like that yet, but I am looking into doing that. But for now, it's my first 3 CDs are on there, and the upcoming vinyl is there as well. So stay tuned for shirts and stickers and all that fun stuff. But for now, it's just the music, because that's what matters the most, right?
Exactly. It really, really does. But having said that too, people who watch the videos that we produce here at the time actually go to see what I'm wearing and who I'm wearing. And, you know, some people get really, they go and have a look. You know what I mean? And before you know it, well, you got another 5,000 Facebook fans on top of that. But at the same time, you might sell 1 or 2 or 50 or, you know, the possibilities are endless, to be very, very honest. And they do look, they really do. Because believe me, I've had a lot of artists come back to me saying, Grant, somehow, for some reason, I've got so many more people doing stuff for us. You know what I mean? And they're saying, it's generated from here. And I'm going, well, that's cool. That's what it's about, is the promotions of the artist, about the music, about the inspirations, everything involved. We want to be a part of that. And if we are able, in some small way, to be able to bring this to our platforms and have our people have a look at it. And I'm so pleased with you people. Please go and check out Rosewood Studios. Go and buy a copy of Len Hodgins' new music. Believe me, you'll absolutely love it. You will. Chilliwack, it's a fantastic little town in itself, and there's so much talent in Chilliwack. I mean, the amount of people that came out of Chilliwack that was on the Artists in Isolation Volume 2 was immense. It really, really was. It raised our eyebrows at the amount of talent that you have in Chilliwack, and it is so good to hear artists like yourself. Now, at the same time, you're working in your own home studio right now, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. And it's something that I've been trying to build over years, really. And just in time, I've come to build what I've got here and come to create some of the sounds that you are hearing right now. Yeah, it's been a cool ride to get to where I'm at right now. That's for sure. I actually went to audio engineering school in 1999, and I learned everything on 2-inch tape. Barely touched Pro Tools or anything like that. And so I've got a bit of knowledge, and it's paying off. So I'm pretty excited about how it's all turned out.
I too have an AE degree as well. I started with DAT back in the day, if you know what I mean. But I've been lucky enough to be able to come and go in different engineering capacities, if you want to put it like that. Working for different recording studios up and down the country and in Australia, and well, I've been around the world a couple of times as a front of house engineer as well, you know what I mean? So I've been lucky enough to watch the technologies change over the years and adapt and grow with it and see the importance of it. Believe me, if you have a listen to HD quality work today and then go back and listen to something that was recorded way back in 1962, you know, they had the idea. They had it there. It was great for the time. Sounded absolutely stunning, especially Valve. And believe me, I'm a big fan of Valve stuff. I got to be honest with you. But you have a listen to the quality today. It is vastly different. It really, really is. And I, as an engineer myself, I love your work. Now, I know that Sonny Rose has had a lot to do with it, but I think you also have had a huge input to what you're bringing out right now.
Well, it was so cool because I was able to track everything at home, and then I just bounce all the files through email, and he works his magic and takes what I have, which is, that sounds pretty good, and it turned it into something I couldn't even dream of. So I'm absolutely thrilled with the amount of work that and skill that he put into it. Because as I said earlier, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you if it wasn't for him. So.
Yeah, I got to admit that. At the same time, Sonny's a very accomplished artist in his own right.
He is, yeah.
You know, and love his work.
Yeah, he's actually working on his EP here pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited to be playing the drums for him on his project. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's cool. Oh, by the way, talking about percussions and drums and stuff like that, he's got some new toys, by the way.
He has a lot of...
He's very excited about these too, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be nice to see what sort of end result he comes up with.
Totally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love that. You know, I would love to have that kind of equipment myself right now. But, you know, I would be able to afford it if they gave me a pay rise. But I would really like to play Wood. Tell me about Wood.
Wood is a song, I thought it was kind of a fun song. What would the world look like if you made different choices? If I met somebody else, or if my wife met somebody else, or we didn't meet at all, what would the world look like? At least to me, anyway. So that's what the song's about.
And that's kind of dimensional, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. You know, you are in control of the choices you make and the results that are caused of that. And you know something? The choice that was made here is Leonard Hodgins made a song called Wood. You're right here at Galaxy. Gosh, Len, I got to be honest with you, the sweat is absolutely pouring off me in here.
Getting toasty in there, eh?
Oh, I have to. I want to employ a new fan person.
Well, I think you're.
I had one once. The old bunker wallower kind of, But the wife got rid of her. She was 16 and she had blonde hair and blue eyes, and the wife says that's inappropriate. You're not supposed to be blown by something like that.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Neither does the wife.
Come on, that's funny.
He's so dirty, isn't he? That man.
Did she feed you any grapes at least?
No.
No, the wife would rather shoot me than feed me grapes. Oh, you mean the fan? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, believe me, that would be even more inappropriate then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just don't understand when you're wandering around the house in your mankini. It's a psychological thing, really, it is. By the way, Len, if you need a good therapist after this, I know a good one.
This is therapy for me.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh, no.
I've got a friend of mine that's coming out of Germany. He watches these all the time. Is George York on?
No, it's not on.
Not on right now, but
No.
he watches these. And he
Yeah.
said to Barbara, I'm learning English from Grant.
He'll watch it later
Oh, really?
on YouTube.
Oh no, poor bugger, don't do that. But he's a great guy, he really is. In fact, I'm going to be on one of his shows. The next one that comes out, I'm going to be on that.
Okay.
And I
Cool.
was talking to Sonny about getting, because we put the adverts and all the information about the artist in isolation into Dr. John's Unsigned Surgery magazine.
Right, and he's based out of the UK, right?
Yeah. Well, we since then have been in another one coming out of Bangalore, India,
Really?
from Lazy Indie magazine, and we want to put that into that one too. Look, they have 8 million people in their province. I mean, and this guy has such a huge following. It's ridiculous, you know what I mean? So we're trying to get this as much promotion in as many places as we possibly can. We haven't given up on it yet. It hasn't burnt out yet. You know what I mean?
Because that was the article that I read the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. No, I thought that was awesome.
Well, we're trying to get everything about artists in isolation into that magazine as well. You know
Well,
what
we're
I'm
going to
saying?
have a
Okay.
corner each.
So it's about the promotions
Each
program
month.
where we can make somebody aware of the plight that everybody's going through.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the desk.
Sounds good.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and absolutely elated to be joined coming out of Chilliwack in British Columbia by Leonard Hodgins and the Leonard Hodgins endeavour. I always seem to stumble over that one, I don't know, it's just one more word, and I know words, I can use them, I can put them together. Just the Leonard Hodgins endeavour sometimes trips me up, don't know why. But at the same time, you know, Len, and I really have been absolutely chomping at the bit to talk about this particular track because, bro, you've been to New Zealand.
Yeah. Yes, in 2004 I went. I was there for about 3 months.
And we let you leave.
You let me in, which is even more shocking.
No, we'll do that. We just, you know, once we find out who you are, well, you know, I've actually got a friend of mine and we met up with him at McDonald's about a year ago, wasn't it? And he does the summer-winter thing, where it's summer over here, he comes here. If it's, summer over there, he goes home again. Well, COVID got in the way, and he's managed to stay here all this time, if you know what I mean. A good friend of ours. We met him actually at McDonald's. We really did. Had a bit, bit of shenanigans between each other. We're, kind of like that once we get together. Maybe I rubbed off on him.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he rubbed off. Well, you're kind of a double deal there. In fact, we were lucky not to be asked to go from McDonald's. Get the hell out. You know what I mean? It was one of those, but it was a lot of fun. Now I think he's about 4 summers.
3 at least.
3 summers?
Might get 4 on.
Yeah. Well, by the time if he's allowed to leave and gets back, might be summer again. He might be into his 4th summer in a row. That's. Well, hold on. No, it might be 3 because he's had winter time here. Yeah, but not as harsh as what it is from where he comes from. But, at the same time, he's had this whole immersement right now of Kiwiana. You know what I mean? He's learning what Kiwis are all about, Maybe that's why his hair's gone all curly.
No. He hasn't got it.
It's always been curly, eh? Yeah, okay, fair enough. But believe me, his daughter lives here anyway, you know what I mean? So he's not, that bad off. He can live with family and have friends and everything like that. Believe me, when we met up with him, he was trucking up and down the countryside, just absolutely living the life. It really, really was. And good on him for doing so. And it'll be good to catch up with him again, actually. Barbara was telling me about him just the other day. So really, really cool. Now, at the same time, I know that you've spent time here in New Zealand trucking up and down the countryside.
Yeah.
Tell me just a little bit about that. What was your experience like of New Zealand?
Oh, it was beautiful. If I could live there, I would. Yeah. I flew into Auckland and I spent the first month and a bit up on the North Island. Just was there with a friend, and after a couple of weeks, we kind of went our own way. We didn't fight or anything like that. That was the plan. And I had some family that lived in a town just outside of Gore on the South Island, in a town called Wyndham. So I spent a few weeks with them out there, and that was pretty cool to be with other Canadians in another country. I think I made them a little homesick, but it was great to be around them, and it was a lot of fun. I spent a good month and a half down on the South Island. So just love the entire country. Like, the people there are amazing, at least to tourists anyway. Like, I was treated well everywhere that I went. I hitchhiked most places that I went, didn't have too many issues. Just had a great time. Would love to go back, and will go back once COVID's all done. So hopefully in about a year or so.
Well, we want you to come here, and we want you to play and tour with us here in New Zealand. But we're a little crazy. You may be, you may have met a couple of funny New Zealanders, but believe me, you ain't met anybody like us just yet, literally. Now, I was talking very, very briefly. Have you ever heard of the Hoo Grub?
I don't think that I have.
Okay, well, I tell you what, and believe me, Barbara will send you the instructional videos of this. You're familiar with the caterpillar, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, this is nothing like that. It isn't. It's like a double-decker bus to a Mini, to be very honest with you. It's big, it's white, it's got a black head. What you do is you put the live body in your mouth, rip off the head, don't eat the head, that's yucky. But when you crunch down on this, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Barbara sent me a video on that, now that you say that.
There you go.
And I think I replied with a pukey face emoji.
We do that here in New Zealand, we really, really do. But at the same time, I'm not sure, have I introduced you to the concept of going to Queenstown?
I've been, I've been, and I went to the glowworm caves as well. So yeah, I've been there. I did the canyon swing. I was as adventurous as I get, really.
Okay, so you know what? You see, the problem if you meet up with me down there, I'll throw you off a bridge.
Okay.
Yep,
Sold.
the bungee jump.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'll do that with you. But you know, the beauty about this, Leonard, is literally, well, you're not Australian. We'll attach the bungee.
Good.
Yeah, we don't mind making people into yo-yos. Well, you know, some of them anyway. The others we make into something else.
Well, yeah.
He's lost for words now. He knows exactly
Well, I
what
was-
it
Being
I
bad.
was going to say, would the Australians be the yo-yos? As in, they're kind of crazy, no?
Well, they can be classed as yo-yos, but we, you know, without a bungee on the end of it, you know what they are, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not a yo-yo. They're a yo.
No, certainly not.
It's only one yo. No yo-yo. They only get one yo. You know, that's what you say to an Australian. Yo. Yeah. They think you're saying hi. Ah, dear. Nothing like being in the Tasman, eh? I used to play for a rugby team called Tasman,
Really?
and I know of a song called Tasman. I do. In fact, I'm going to talk to somebody about it. Leonard Hodgins, tell me about Tasman.
So the song "In the Tasman" I wrote when I was there. Oddly enough, I was not anywhere near the Tasman Sea, so I was on the east coast. But the South Pacific Ocean doesn't have the same ring to it as the Tasman does. So I did change the word. But yeah, it just kind of, I don't know what I was really inspired by. I was inspired by being there. It's a love song. I didn't meet anyone. I didn't fall in love when I was down there or anything like that. But I guess the love would be for what I saw when I was there. Just feeling really welcome and feeling like it was a home away from home, really, because New Zealand and BC are very, very similar. So it felt like I was, I felt like I was home there.
Well, let me tell you now, bro. Here in New Zealand, we welcome people like you to our shores. We really, really do. We bring open arms to you. We would love to have you come here in New Zealand and play for us. And believe me, we'll take you over to Australia as well. Do a few shows over there, only because we like their money, right? Yeah. But at the same time, yes, we absolutely would welcome you here in New Zealand. And you know something? I think they would love to hear In the Tasman, right here in New Zealand. Here's Leonard Hodgins. Gosh, I'm melting. Dear.
I don't know.
Oh, Kiwi air conditioning. We have Kiwi air conditioning here. It's called Open the Damn Window.
Yeah.
Is it safe too?
It's all right,
Because we've
yes.
still got people working up there, don't we?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Oh, are they on a lunch break?
Yeah.
Oh, so they won't be back until 3 o'clock. Awesome. We have council workers outside of our offices right now digging up the road.
Oh, yes. Oh, so that's a little noisy.
Strangely enough, the noise stops about 11:30 and starts again about 2:30.
That's a hell of a lunch break.
Oh, I reckon.
No, that's an average lunch break for the council, I think. I think that's a quick one. Hey, listen, hold on. They've taken 3 weeks. Oh, no, longer here, isn't it?
Yeah, they're council contractors.
The council
Not the
contractors.
council.
Yeah, no, they're working on council time. They do as council does.
Do a bit there. Go over here.
When in Rome, you do as the Romans
We'll
do.
dig up there first, and then we'll wait 2 weeks and go and dig up way down
Yeah,
there.
exactly. It's been about 6 weeks since they first dug up that bit, haven't they?
Oh, well.
They're really quick around here. Yeah,
6 weeks.
yeah. How to stretch out a contract, I'm sure of it. I mean, we managed to get, what is it, the Wi-Fi fibre stuff in the ground in no time. Done.
Oh, but that's different.
That's
Council
different.
Stuff, yeah.
Get a curb done, and it will take you 6 weeks.
You didn't even ask for a new one. That's
We
what
didn't ask for it.
me.
No, we didn't. It just happened. Hey, we're going to give you a new curb. We need one.
Only because it was cracked because of the earthquakes.
Well,
Ah.
actually, you know something? I actually thought it was because of the roots in the ground, because of that tree that's out there.
Shush. Earthquakes.
Yeah, they chopped a few trees down the road.
Oh, earthquakes.
Yes.
Right,
Not
nudge,
our
nudge,
tree.
wink, wink.
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes, right. Save the trees, right? Leonard, you know what I got to work with, right?
I like it.
See?
And all the women just all in tune, see? Gosh, girls. Dear, dear, dear. So we have what changed coming up next, my bro.
Yeah.
And I've even put in the stinger.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, that's the song that kind of got this whole ball rolling. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome, awesome. You know something?
It was my request.
Yeah, it was your request actually. I'm so pleased that you have taken this path in life. I really, really am. And I'm hoping that you're going to come back again and release some more music with us in the future.
Absolutely. I've never stopped writing music. It just now I've got more time to do it. So
Nice, nice. And I think you're a little sadistic if you want to come back for a third time.
I will come back whenever you want me.
Nice. Well, don't tell Barbara that. She'll be hooking you in all the time.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, if he's got new tracks, yeah.
Yeah, oh, stipulations got to have new tracks. That's okay. Fair enough.
Keep in contact.
I will work on new tracks.
Awesome, awesome. Having said that, how about sending us a few CDs so that we can do a giveaway for you?
I've shipped out I think about 15 to 20
He's already
CDs.
sent a package.
Oh, no.
So
Nice.
I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but they are on their way.
Awesome. Well, I tell you what,
Yeah.
it might get here a little sooner than what it did a number of months ago because, believe me, the post, they weren't working back then. I think they're on half duty right now, so it might get through in the
There's
next
more the
number of
flights
weeks.
coming into New Zealand, I think.
Yeah, it does. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go back to the desk. I hope you don't need a stiff drink.
You
Mate,
what's right?
I hope you don't need a stiff drink right now.
Nope, I'm all good.
Okay, well,
I've
that,
got a glass of water right here.
oh, water.
Oh, wow.
Yay, yay, water, yay.
Well, it's only 2 o'clock.
Well, look, it's 4 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you have to go back to work after this, so.
oh, true, that's right. You
He's got to go back to work.
you make something, don't you, for hydro dams?
No, we build.
Oh, hold on,
distribution
hold on.
Transformer.
Transformers, that's it. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Transformers. You make
Yeah.
Transformers.
I do.
What's involved
Well,
in that?
I actually teach people how to build transformers.
Okay.
So
So,
Yeah.
so you got to be confident in the end product, otherwise it goes kablooey, doesn't it?
that's I did do the testing and quality assurance of transformers because yes, we don't want to burn down anyone's homes, but we do basically build bombs if they're built incorrectly. So
Now, is there any particular one person you say, I'm going to plug this in from a distance?
yeah.
Do you have any of those in your class?
Yeah, well, we don't typically hire those people.
Okay, so I'd never get a job then, right?
Hey, sorry.
I'd never get a job then,
No,
right?
you don't need that.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, come on, just for fun value.
You you could be the spokesperson. How about that?
Well,
You
yeah,
could be the-
okay, but you know, I need some hands-on expertise to be able
Oh,
to.
yes.
It's got to have a bit of humour in it somewhere, sometime. Otherwise, it's just a boring. Work is a four-letter word.
It is.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I can see the humour in Transformers.
More than meets the eye, right?
Well, poor unsuspecting people anyway. You don't know how lucky you are that Len is doing it, not me. Believe me, I'd have extra bits left over going, next one. I would. I really, really would. Now, Len, I want to talk to you about this, but I want to play this first.
Hi, this is Leonard Hodgins, and you're listening to my song, What Changed, from Rosewood Studios, Artist in Isolation, Volume 2, on Galaxy 107 FM.
Len, I love that. I really, really do. And I asked you the last time what changed. Now, in the meantime, we've been finding out exactly what's changed, what's stayed the same since we started this conversation. But at the same time, this was really the kickoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. This is the song that's kind of propelled me to really pursue music more than what I had been. This time last year, I was writing music, but I wasn't really doing a whole lot with it. It was more of a hobby, and it still is more so a hobby than maybe like a career choice. But this song, working with Rosewood Studio, has really taught me how to be more confident in my songwriting and my singing. So if it wasn't for this song, then like I said before, I wouldn't be here right now. It's a very personal song to me. It's about growth, love, evolution, and I think that's still ringing true to this day. In that I feel that even more so, I want to say thanks to COVID, because without it, I don't know what life would look like. I mean, I would still be doing the 60, 70, 80-hour work weeks, and not refining myself, I guess. Yeah.
I get that. I really, really do. Having said that, some things do change, and since we last spoke, of course, Sonny Rosa passed me on a few little bits and pieces, and he introduced us to some friends of his that threw in a few t-shirts and bits and pieces for promotional purposes as well from Memento Mori Studios. And I'm just wondering, when are you bros going to go and get yourselves a tattoo down at Memento?
Well, my wife and I have been talking about it, so I think once COVID blows over, I think we'll make an appointment.
Well, I tell you what, I'll do you one better. When you and your good lady come to New Zealand to perform in front of New Zealand audiences down here in Kiwiland, the Antipodes, look, I've been trying to get Barbara branded for a long time. What say we put Barbara in the mix and all three of you go and get a tattoo?
How would all four of us do it?
You don't have to ask me twice. I'm right there. Believe me. Got a couple myself, but I find them rather addictive. I have to lay back a little bit. You know what I mean?
When we come, we will all do that. Okay?
You're on. You're absolutely
I will
right.
hold you to it.
Nice. And believe me, I may even bring in a tattooist of our own that comes out of a Scandinavian country. Believe me. Absolutely stunning work this young lady does.
Oh, we could have Joel
Okay.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Even Joel? Yeah, exactly. We have a number of friends of ours that are artists in their own rights, and then they're also dermatologists, skin art, you know what I mean? They absolutely just kick it out of the park, and I've always wanted to have a couple of friends of ours from overseas try different styles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why not make it truly international? We'll have a couple of Canadians, a couple of Kiwis, maybe a lady from Norway, and maybe where's Joel?
Joel Lee.
Yeah, Joel Lee. Where's she?
I think he's Canadian too.
Canadian as well. There you go. Going to be outgunned by Canadian. We'll have to bring in a Kiwi tattooist as well then.
Don't
Yeah.
know any.
Absolutely.
We do.
I just don't know. you know, belly rings. Now that's something different.
No, thank you.
Somebody just said to me in my ear, try belly rings.
Too
Yeah,
old
belly
for
rings.
that.
Belly rings. Oh yeah, no thank you.
Yeah,
We're
believe
too
me.
old.
There's a little bit of jewellery in places that I think shouldn't be, you know, you just shouldn't have
move
jewellery
on.
there.
Behave yourself.
Besides-
move on.
Look, it started out as a six pack, now I've got a whole keg.
Yeah, no, look at it.
my whole one can.
Like one.
Yeah, it is, believe me. And believe me, I very rarely drink, so one can is about it for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Namely because I don't want to go driving home with over the limit.
Smart man.
Well, I try to be responsible. You know, there's no harm in going out, spending a little bit of time with the friends and family and everything like that at the pub, but let's not overdo it. Let's keep the rules under control, get home safely. At the same time, no harm in taking a little, you know, pub pet or something home with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Be safe, responsible drinking. That's what I call it anyway. And I wouldn't want to hurt anybody on the road. Not because of a good time in alcohol. That's just crazy. It really is. And
Absolutely.
that for me, literally, bro, back in the day, I wouldn't give a damn. Way back in the day. Literally, you go to the pub, you have a good time, you drive home, anything could have happened. You know what I'm saying? But as you grow and as you learn, you find responsibility. It comes in. And, you know, in life, I think that is what changes you. In fact, I think that's what's changed. Right here at Galaxy. Here's Leonard Hodgins and the Leonard Hodgins Endeavour. And what changed? Off the album, Artist in Isolation Volume 2. I actually do have a fan going here and it's just hot air going around.
What's the noise?
What's it?
You're like the
It's a
king
cool.
of segues. I'm very impressed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It took me all month one night to learn it.
Though I noticed you didn't do it for the first song, because that would have been a kind of a challenging one to do.
Well, I could have done it for the first one, but I just wanted to ease into you.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Get that false trust going on, you know what I mean? He's safe, he's
Yeah.
fine, you know. Oh, shit, he hit me with a Segway. It's a ploy. Yeah, it really is. I don't think, guys, I'll have time to do the 5 questions
Oh,
from the
thank
5th.
goodness.
You feel sorry for him.
Feel sorry.
Well, actually, I feel happy for him.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Have you ever tried vegan sausages?
No.
No? Bugger. I've been asking everybody, are they made of real vegans?
No, but vegetables, yes.
What I want to know is, why do vegans want to eat food that tastes like meat?
Yeah, exactly. What's the go there? Mate,
And I'm sorry to any vegans that are out there, but
But God
Why?
save meat, not salad.
yeah, well, yeah, the thing too is that, well, tofu is tasteless, really, isn't it?
yeah, I haven't had tofu for a while.
Yeah.
Years actually.
How many toes does it take to make some? And how do you milk a bean? Literally. Are you familiar with James Bond, bro?
No, don't go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know that Daniel Craig now, he's done his last James Bond deal, right? While he was filming the last one, he actually broke his ankle.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
He's such a
12 weeks down.
storyteller.
No chance. I mean, that's a lot of money for everybody to be hanging on waiting for him to get right. So the management and the franchise owners and everything all got together and they decided that they wanted to make James Bond a woman. And that leaked out on the internet like crazy, mate. Everybody went back to these people saying, hey, listen, Ian Fleming wrote James Bond as a man. Leave him as a man. Money Penny, fair enough, it's Money Penny. She belongs there, but she is a woman. She was written in as a woman. Don't make James Bond a woman. So you know what they've done?
What's that?
they've made him gay.
Really?
Yes. You know what they're going to call him?
Oh God.
Wait for it.
U7. Makes you wonder what he's going to do with his Walter PPK now, doesn't it?
Oh, okay.
Let's go back to the desk. We're going to wind it up right now, but don't go anywhere. We're going to do a couple of things afterwards. Okay, bro?
Sounds good. Yeah.
That's right. You're right, Airy Galaxy. How does this make the news? Canterbury resident infuriated after receiving an anonymous letter criticising the lawn. I mean, seriously, that's national news. That's the best we can come up. Really? I tell you what, come and have a look at my lawn at home when I get home. I'll be the next one to receive a criticising letter. I got to be honest with you. Oh my God. National news, really. I'm joined, and I'm absolutely elated, very, very humbled, in fact, to meet up with Leonard Hodgins from the Leonard Hodgins Endeavour. Almost got it right that time. almost got it right that time. But Leonard, it has been an absolute pleasure catching up with you again. It really, really is. Will you come back again?
I would love to. I will write and record some more songs so that I can come back on the show.
You're going to go to all of that expense just to put yourself through this experience.
Oh yeah.
I don't know whether that's good looking or just sick. Really, I think it's good looking actually. I like this idea. I really, really do, and would be very, very happy to have Leonard Hodgins back here. Now, we are going to be doing something in the very, very near future. I'm expecting a package. We're going to do a giveaway. Look at that. It's one of those. Yeah, it's a bit of a hum to it. You know what I mean? Took a bit of discovering. It took us a number of months. We're going, where's that noise coming from? Yes, the little pluggy thing. We found it. But having said that, my friend, we are going to be doing a giveaway. I take it that will probably be more the early next year. But in the meantime, my friend, please, please, please keep recording. Please keep writing. Please keep sending it to us. Because without artists like you, I don't have a job.
Just a very different looking job.
Yeah, I need to be employed, and I don't need anything with a shovel involved. I'll go on. I'm not good at working on the council. It takes them 6 weeks to put in a curb. Unfortunately, I'd have it done in a couple of days, and you know, apparently that would.
Sure.
Yeah, not the way it's done.
Pumpkins at the pub.
It'd be like me trying to make Transformers.
I really appreciate you guys having me on again. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much.
Leonard, for us here, it has been an absolute brilliant time to have, and really, really would love, love, love to have you back again. Not only that, but here in New Zealand, touring up and down the country. Just remember one thing: if you're going to hook up with me in New Zealand, bail money.
Bail money?
Bail money. Always handy. Always,
Noted.
Always handy. And if you want a reference to that, well, maybe, I'm sure you're familiar with Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, about an hour and a half away from where we are right now is the original set of Hobbiton.
Right, which is in Matamata, right?
Yeah, it does matter in Matamata.
Ah.
Middle Earth. But, you know, the staff will have to take you there because I'm not allowed in there anymore.
He may have been there.
Something to do with one of their security go-karty things. You know, the golf karty things?
Yeah.
One apparently went missing. Barbara says it ended up in the middle of a lake.
Yes.
Well, when I go down there and we all get together and we all get our tattoos, we'll have to do it on Facebook Live.
Oh, hell yes. Hell yes, absolutely. Hold on. Have we decided where we're going to put these things? Next time we
Not
catch
quite,
up.
no.
Next time we catch up,
Yeah,
Len,
we'll have to have
let's
a-
map this one out, okay? Something to look forward to.
Okay.
All right. Don't go in.
Right here.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, you could end up looking like, what's his name? Young Rhodes, the
Mike
wrestler.
Tyson?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, you could look.
Cody.
You're the wrong colour for that. Cody Rhodes from the wrestling.
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay, well,
It doesn't watch.
I can recommend if you go and have a look on the internet on wrestling for AEW Wrestling. He's the son of a very famous wrestler, Dusty Rhodes, and very, very rich man. But he's got this tattoo right there. Very distracting. I got to be honest with you. It's basically America. You know what I mean? And who would ever
Yep.
put something there of that stature? I don't know. I kind of want to leave this kind of, you know,
Yeah, no. I
let
can't
the
do that.
foliage settle in, you know, let that be the feature. I like the feature, right? But believe me, there are some interesting places you can put a tattoo.
Right, next time.
Yes, there are.
I got a friend of mine that's actually got his skull done, but on the inside of his lips as well, you know what I mean? It's,
Oh, really? Yeah.
yeah.
What's
So
the point of that?
I wasn't being rude.
What's the point of that?
Not this time. Didn't even think about it. I didn't. I'm sorry. Usually everybody thinks I'm being rude. I wasn't this time. I wasn't. Anyway, Leonard, stay there. We'll catch up in a minute. But right now, here's the Bullet Boys and Smooth up in ya.